I'm Mark. Today, I'm very excited about this episode of Ranking the Studio Albums, Ramones edition. Now, I don't have any physical copies of Ramones albums. I do have a bonus track at the end of this video. If you guys want to like, subscribe, and stick around to the end for that very special Ramones tribute album that's going to be at the end of this. I'm also drinking because I just got home from work and I really want to talk about punk rock. That's what I want to do. I want to get paid to talk about punk rock. Maybe have a few girly drinks. Blue guitars and blue beer. All right, let's jump right into it. The Ramones have a massive discography, and this is going to take a little bit of time, and you guys got it. I know you do. You're on YouTube. You can watch this entire video. I promise you, you can. Coming in. Now, as you always know, we start with the worst and we work our way up to the best. The Ramones were around for decades. And guess what? Every Ramones album had, I was really surprised at the variety that I discovered when listening front to back through their discography. It was a whole lot of fun. It was very interesting. It was very varied. And that's not something, when you think of Ramones, you think of like kind of that three chords and the truth kind of scenario. But they had some really experimental records that were really, really good. So coming in at the worst Ramones album, in my humble opinion, is going to be 1987's Halfway to Sanity. Now, because I love this band so much, this does not mean this is a bad album. Their worst album is pretty darn listenable. I Wanna Live, Bop Till You Drop, Garden of Serenity, Weasel Face, Go Little Camaro Go, I Know Better Now, Death of Me, I Lost My Mind, I'm Not Jesus is probably the highlight of the record. And, overall, it's their 10th album, and overall, it's pretty fun. So, I am super pumped to be talking about the Ramones. I am honored. That's going to be my least favorite, is going to be 1987's Halfway to Sanity. Coming in next is going to be another 80s record with, let's see what we got. It's going to be 84's Too Tough to Die. Let's see what this one is. So this came out almost exactly a year before I was born. In a few days. Mama's Boy, I'm Not Afraid of Life, Too Tough to Die. Durango 95 is an instrumental. Warthog is one that I had on some compilations as well. And Danger Zone and Chasing the Night. So this is a pretty darn good record. So as with most Ranking the Albums videos, I don't know what it is about the 80s albums of bands that span decades, but for some reason those are always my least favorite. So most of my Ramones bottom picks are going to be from the 80s. This is from 81, Pleasant Dreams. Really hate that album art too. Really bad, really bad. We Want the Airwaves. This does have one of my favorite songs of all time. The KKK Took My Baby Away. It can be taken as kind of a jokey song, or it can be kind of taken as a really serious song. And it really, as somebody who's been in interracial relationships before, that song kind of hit a little bit. That kind of hits a little bit differently if you've been in an interracial relationship before. What else? So it's one of their iconic tunes that came off of Pleasant Dreams. Coming in next is going to be an 83 album. So I'm kind of using the years to kind of get to the Wikipedia page quicker. So we're not going to have too many cuts in the video. Subterranean Jungle. Actually, I don't mind the cover too much. It's not great art, but it's alright. Let's take a look at the Outsider. Oh my gosh, Outsider. Classic tune by D.D. Ramone. Time Has Come Today, the cover. And every time I eat vegetables, it makes me think of you. Even some of the expanded tracks are pretty darn good on Subterranean Jungle. And coming in next is going to be, unfortunately, and again, it's not a bad record. Like I said, even my least favorite, Halfway to Sanity, is a good record. Fun to listen to. But unfortunately, their final album, Adios Amigos, in 95 is going to, it's going to come in as my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th least favorite. Look at that awful album artwork. Well, it's not too bad. It's just, it's bad. I Don't Want to Grow Up, the Tom Waits cover. The Crusher, Lights of Gas. I Love You, the Johnny Thunders cover. Cretin Family, Have a Nice Day. Born to Die in Berlin. I really, I do wish that the Ramones had continued making music after Adios Amigos, but it was kind of the perfect way to say goodbye, really, and it was kind of cool that they acknowledged it before the fact. So there's my first '90s record that's getting kind of a lower on the totem pole. We're gonna get better as the years. Let's see. It's gonna be around the same time, 1993. Where is it, baby? Where is it? I Want You Right Out. This is going to be, this is a covers album. Acid Eaters. I actually dig that cover. Very nice. Let's take a look at this track listing. Substitute by The Who. I got to take a drink. The Who and the Ramones, two of the best V bands out there. Whoa! Out of Time by the Rolling Stones. Somebody to Love. Don't you want somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Cable Guy, anyone? So I absolutely love this covers record. So here it is. We're still at the kind of the worst albums, and I'm loving it. That's how good the Ramones are, guys. Super pumped about this. I'm so glad to be doing this. I just got done filming a Ranking the Albums video by Hole, and I gotta say, I don't even know if I'm going to post it because I was just like so negative about Hole, and I was a little positive about Courtney Love. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about that. I actually do like Courtney Love's solo material and feel like Hole is kind of bad. Ooh, yikes. Anyway, let's get back on topic. So the Ramones, Acid Eaters. Check it out. Great 1993 cover songs. It feels like a very special release. Coming in next is going to be a 1986 album with two epic Ramones songs in Animal Boy. Let's find it. 1986, I was a little lad with Animal Boy coming out shortly after I did. Yeah, I wasn't even around that long around this time. Somebody put something in my drink. Was it you? Animal Boy, Love Kills, 8-Man Hop. My Brain is Hanging Upside Down. Bonzo Goes to Bitburg. And Something to Believe In. Hair of the Dog. Just some real big time classic tunes on Animal Boy 86. Man, the Ramones are punk rock. I think they may, all that argument about what is punk and what is not punk. Let's just say Ramones are punk Nothing else is. Okay? And I'm the biggest Green Day nerd this side of Venus. And I gotta say, I think Ramones just might be the punk rock band. So let's get into the really great albums. They just get greater and greater through this list, of course, because it's ranking stuff. Coming in next is one I'm really excited to talk about from 1992. I was in second grade because my grades lined up with the year. And this is Mondo Bizarro. Oh man, this is a good one. I love the album art, even though, you know what they say over at Sea of Tranquility, don't put the band on the cover. The Ramones don't care about that. The album kicks things off with Censor Bleep, a song that Joey Ramone wrote about Tipper Gore and the record industry kind of censoring the lyrics of bands that it didn't have any business censoring. And, hey Tipper, come on, ain't you been getting it on? It's just a smokescreen for the real problem, something, an environment. The Blue Juice. And, oh my goodness gracious, I'm going to cry in my Ramones video. Poison Heart is one of my favorite songs in all of history. It kills me inside. It kills me inside. Actually, I usually don't share music in real life because most of my real life peoples don't care about music like I care about music. So I'm sharing it with you guys, the YouTube community, because somebody out there cares, right? Somebody out there's got to care. And if you've never heard Ramones' Poison Heart, give it a listen, because it really tears me up inside. I just want to walk right out of this world, because everyone has a poison heart. I just want to walk right out of this world, because everybody has a poison heart. Mondo Bizarro. Coming in next has 3 epic songs, whereas Mondo Bizarro had 2 epic songs. The next one's going to be from 1989, making it easier for me to find, of course, as I cry. On Sire Records, 1989, they're still with Sire Records. Ooh, this is a very metal album cover for such a punk rock band. I don't know if you can still see my tears or not. I hope you can, because everybody has a poison heart. This album has one of those songs too. I believe in miracles. Oh, I believe in miracles. Oh, I believe in a better world for me and you. Oh, I believe in miracles. Oh, I believe in miracles. And then on side 2, things kick off with Pet Cemetery. And I know that one's kind of a goofball song, but it's not a goofball song for me. That one's dead serious. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. Guys, man, the Ramones tearing me up emotionally. Merry Christmas. I don't want to fight tonight. Oh. Coming in next is going to be the Ramones' Leave Home. Man, I don't know if I can get any more emotional, but man, we're getting into the 70s stuff, and goodness gracious is it good. Gimme Shock Treatment. Man, I love those Dee Ramone songs. I mean, you know, Joey was a genius. All of the Ramones, even the lesser known Ramones. Carbona Not Glue. Susie is a headbanger. Pinhead. Now I Want to Be a Good Boy. You're going to kill that girl. You should have never opened that door. Man, some of the most emotional bleep you've ever heard, man. I can't believe that people want to define the Ramones as this band that was simple and not deep and not emotional. They were freaking amazing. They were freaking emotional, and they were writing some really great, complex rock and roll. And if you think that I'm wrong, this doesn't mean anything to you. I don't know. That's My Chemical Romance. They came a little bit later, right? So let's keep moving on, because goodness gracious, we're at my top 4 Ramones records now. And get this, most of them start with the letter R. Can you figure out what my top Ramones albums are? Let's leave home for a minute, and let's go to 1977, Rocket to Russia. Iconic album cover. Don't care if you want the band on the cover or not, because they're there. Tommy's Departure was around this time. Rockaway Beach, Cretin Hot, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. Sheena is a punk rocker. Sheena is a punk rocker now. Teenage Lobotomy. Do You Want to Dance? Bobby Freeman cover. I Want to Be Well. I Can't Give You Anything, Ramona. And Surfing Bird, the Trashman cover. Why Is It Always This Way? These are really, really deep, mentally challenging songs for the mentally challenged. Ooh, that's a good album cover. Cover? I need another beer. It's a good album title, sir. Freaking Smirnoff. Need a sponsorship in a few ways. Ah, nope, no cutting here. We're too close. We're too close. So, nope, that's a YouTube ranking video. That's a Weird Owl. That's a Black Butterfly. That's a Peridia. We gotta get back on track, people. Rocket to Russia. What a great album, right? What a great album. Coming in next is going to be another R album from the Ramones, 1978, of course. Road to Ruin. Man, I love this album cover. And let's see what it holds within. I just want to have something to do tonight. Tonight. Needles and Pins, the Searchers cover. The Ramones did it better. If you want a cover that the cover's better than the original, oh my gosh. Sonny Bono, interesting enough. I'm Against It. I want to be sedated. Just put me on an airplane and give me to the show. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I think I'm gonna blow. I can't control my fingers. I can't control my toes. Oh no. Oh, oh, oh. Bam, 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 bam. I want to be sedated. 1978, man. Way before Nirvana, there was Springsteen, Madonna, and music still on MTV. My 2 kids in high school, I'm not really that old. Anyway, Bowling for Soup, that's a different band too. This has been a lot of fun, you guys. Maybe I should start drinking in my YouTube videos more often. So that was Road to Ruin. Coming in next is going to be, are you guys ready for my top 2 favorite Ramones albums, plus a bonus track at the end of the video? Chihuahuas! My second favorite Ramones album of all time. I know this one. I got it in my head. I don't need to look at these notes I'm looking at. 1980. End of the century. Look at this. Really, it's so bad it's good album cover. Wow. So, it's the end of the century. It's the end of the century. I'm stuck on repeat. Do you remember how the blew? Do you remember rock and roll radio? I'm affected. Danny says, my dad's name's Danny. Chinese rock. This album, wow, kicks things off really good. The Return of Jackie and Judy, Let's Go, Baby I Love You, the Ronettes cover. I Can't Make It On Time. Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day did a really great version of this tune just recently. This Ain't Havana. You remember rock and roll high school. The movie was amazing. And all the way, High Risk Insurance. End of the Century is just freaking punk rock perfection. There's only one thing better than punk rock perfection, and that is complete perfection. Are you guys ready for the greatest Ramones album of all time? It came out 1976. I don't know if you guys are even ready to talk about this April 23rd album. Recorded between January and February, the early months of 1976, in the Plaza Sound Radio City Music Hall in New York. It's pop punk rock, 29 minutes and 4 seconds on Sire Records, again, produced by Craig Leon and Tommy Ramone. The band really took a lot of pride in what they were putting out. And this is absolute rock and roll perfection, music perfection. Blitzkrieg Bop. Beat on the brat with the brace, bro bra. Judy is a punk. I wanna be your boyfriend, chainsaw. Now I wanna sniff some glue, and I don't wanna go down to the basement, and Loudmouth and Havana Affair. Ooh, Havana Affair. Really good one. Listen to My Heart. 53rd. Let's Dance, a Chris Montez cover. They always were doing those covers, and that's something that's missing. Those really great, loving covers of the Ramones. I Don't Want to Walk Around With You, and Today Your Love, Tomorrow the World. My pork thing is done in the oven. There was a 21 version of this album as well, but man, you just can't get much better than that debut 1976 Ramones record. My papers are going over here, my phone's going over here, my drinks are going over here, my laptop's over there, and I'm going to be talking about the bonus track. I have a physical copy of a Ramones CD here. It's going to be 2003's. I graduated high school when this came out. This is We're a Happy Family, a tribute to Ramones. This is one of my favorite records of all flipping time in the universe. Take a look at that cover. Take a look at the back cover. It's got the band there. Oh man, love the album art. We've got Red Hot Chili Peppers kicking things off with Havana Affair. You've got Rob Zombie, who produced this, doing Blitzkrieg Bop. You've got Eddie Vedder with Zeke, whoever Zeke is, doing I Believe in Miracles. Metallica doing 53rd and 3rd. Oh, what a blessing. U2 doing Beat on the Brat. Do you remember Rock and Roll Radio by Kiss, the legends? The KKK Took My Baby Away, one of my favorite Ramones songs, done by Marilyn Manson himself. Garbage does a really great cover of I Just Want to Have Something to Do. And Green Day, the greatest band of all time, does a really great version of Outsider with their bass player taking lead vocals on part of it. More Mike Dirnt, Green Day. Something to Believe In is recreated here by the Pretenders. And they pretended pretty good on that one. Sheena Is a Punk Rocker is done by Rancid. Another member of the Armstrong family there. Pete Yorn, an interesting pick for I Want to Be Your Boyfriend. That's kind of, done in his style. The Offspring does I Want to Be Sedated. Rooney, who I'm not too familiar with. Rooney and Zeke, I don't know who those guys are. Does Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. The weaker track on the album, if you ask me, Return of Jack and Judy by Tom Waits. That was an interesting concept. And the limited edition, which I have, bonus tracks, has Eddie Vedder and Zeke returning for Daytime Dilemma, Dangers of Love, which is good. And so this was produced by Johnny Ramone and Rob Zombie. Executive producer Gary Kurfirst and Andy Gualda. Let's just take a look at this thing. Really lovely packaging. I gotta listen to this again. There's the handwritten notes. You got this, who wrote this? It's somebody, Stephen King in 2002 wrote this huge thing about the Ramones. This is just everything that I love in one package. The Ramones, Rob Zombie, Green Day, Stephen King. I don't know what else I could ask for in a compilation album. This is just pure love for the Ramones. If you have not heard this album, please do yourself a favor. I'm sure you could get it for fairly cheap. Oh my gosh. Ramones. Who checked that one out? I love that picture. Gruesome, bizarre, and macabre. Got some live shots there of the band. You can pause it if you like. Marky Mark. Oh man, so many Ramones, so little time. Right? I would almost, I kind of want somebody, there's some band members out there. We could get a new version of the Ramones, right? Maybe, it wouldn't be classic. There's a little shot of them getting into a taxi. Yeah, so if you're a Ramones fan and maybe you haven't heard this, maybe you thought it was, maybe you think tribute albums are not good, because man, there's some really bad tribute albums out there. This thing is perfect in every way. Aside from a few missteps with like I said, I'm not sure who Zeke and Rooney are, but all these other artists are huge, and they do really loving versions of these songs. This is not just slapped together. These are bands that were 100% fans of the Ramones, and bands that were inspired and continue the traditions of the Ramones. So, punk rock forever. Punk rock is not dead. Rock and roll is not dead. Disco's not even dead. So you keep on listening, and you keep on listening, and keep on listening to the Ramones. Thank you. Like and subscribe, people. Like and subscribe, Ramones fan. I'm a punk rocker. I'm a punk rocker in a green paint-stained golf shirt. You can't get much more punk rocker than that, unless you're not wearing pants, which I'm not.